Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Russell with Ink and Paper Blog. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing very, very well. And I hope you're ready for video 7 in my holiday gift guide giving suggestion video series. That's a long title for this thing, huh? Today I'm coming with what I'm calling feel-good fiction. You guys know that I tend to read a dark book. That's kind of who I am as a reader and that's just what I enjoy. But sometimes I know at the holiday season we don't want to give a dark book out. So I have a few recommendations in general fiction that are just more sort of feel-goody books. Feel-goody, that's a technical term that I am now officially trademarking. So these are some books that are just maybe a little less dark than I normally read. Tomorrow's video and the final video in the series will definitely be my more normal fiction recommendations where they're going to be a little bit darker. But I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy this series and maybe find a couple of books in this pile for that reader in your life. First, I'm going to start with Improvement by Joan Silber. This is out from Counterpoint Books. This is a collection of intertwined short stories really about, it starts with this idea of this rug. Our main character is speaking to her aunt. Her aunt at one point lived in Turkey and brought back this Turkish rug. And we learn about the rugs and the aunt's life and how some of the rugs that she have, how they wind up in different places. We go back and forth, the aunt living in Turkey, the marriage that she had her, the reason she comes back to America. We learn about our main character and her life and where it is. We also learn about different sort of, I don't know, I'll call them tangents, but they also add to the overall narrative. It's just one of those books where you kind of like how everything becomes intertwined. That's what I really enjoyed about this book. It's also about relationships and people, and I really liked it. And that is Improvement by Joan Silber. I recommend this if you're a fan of if your reader is a fan of Oliver Kittredge or something like that, where the stories are intertwined, but separate enough where you're getting different points of view as well. Yeah, highly recommend. And I think this one, yes, I think this one, I know this one, the National Book Circle Critics Award last year. So there you go. A book that I think will make you laugh and make the reader in your life laugh is The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83 and a fourth years old. This is a novel. This was published without an author. And it reads sort of like a tell-all. Hendrik is in a old folks home, and he is sort of just telling it as it is. It's so funny. You guys, I just always read you. This is translated by Hester Velms, it says, in the first pages. But let me just read to you the first entry into this diary. Tuesday, January 1st, 2013. Another year, and I still don't like old people. Their walker shuffle, their unreasonable impatience, their endless complaints, their tea and cookies, their belly aching. Me, I'm 83 years old. It just has a sense of humor to it. So that's The Secret Diary of Hendrik Groen, 83 and a half years old. Everyone I know who has read this has loved this. And I think it's just going to be one of those books for those readers in your life who just needs a little giggle and a laugh and also a story. So there you go. The next book was longlisted for the National Book Award this year, and that is The Boatbuilder by Daniel Gumbiner. Oh, I should tell you who published this. Hold on. This is out by Grand Central. Sorry. And this is out by McSweeney. Now, this book is the story of, I want to say his name is, what is his name? Berg. Berg, and we learn at the very beginning he is an opiate addict dealing with that, but he meets an older man who teaches him how to build boats from scratch and also teaches him about life. This is about finding who you are, overcoming the addictions in your life, whatever they may be, and also becoming a better person day in and day out. It has also a little bit of a mystery sort of intrigue plot to it as well, so it has definitely a little bit of texture, but it's also just one of those books at the end of it you feel like lessons learned, and it's really well told, and I really enjoyed it. So that's The Boatbuilder by Daniel Gumbiner and out from McSweeney. Yeah, I really liked it. I still think about it every once in a while, and I have to not go through this video without mentioning probably my favorite summer read, and that's The Reluctant Fortune Teller by Keziah Frost. Now, I've recommended this 100 times on my channel, but this is really, you know, you guys, I have a soft spot for my books about old people. Love myself an old man, love myself an old woman. This actually has an old man and a trio of old women. Norbert is our main character, where he is more or less convinced by this group of women to become a fortune teller by reading playing cards for people. They sort of train him how to do it, but he has a natural intuition about people, so it turns into sort of that story about how do you affect people's lives, how do you give people advice. It is so good. It is heartwarming, it's cheerful, it's funny. There's a little chihuahua in it. This is my copy of the Advanced Readers Edition, and it was, is this my copy? Yes, because Keziah Frost signed it for me. Didn't she? She's so lovely. She's very, very, very sweet. And yeah, if you're just like, if you have someone who wants to sit down, you know, last year I talked about Ruth Hogan's Keeper of Lost Things, and I said it was sort of a hug for the heart. This falls into that. And that's another great book. If you're looking for a feel-good read and the reader in your life did not read Ruth Hogan's Keeper of Lost Things, there you go. There's another recommendation from me. But I laughed. I thought it was endearing, but it also has a good moral message. The Reluctant Fortune Teller by Keziah Frost. This is out from Park Row Books. Really enjoyed it. It's out in trade paperback, you guys. Go pick it up. They'll like it, I promise. Last but not least is for that mystery reader in your life, but also a literary mystery. This could have been in my second book fiction section, and that's Kate Atkinson's Transcription. This is a story of a young woman in the 1940s and 1950s, and in the 40s she is it's sort of like she accidentally becomes a spy for the UK, and we learn in those sections of the novel about what she was doing, how she was spying, and all of that. In the 50s, she starts to see the people that she worked with, and she wonders if there's something else going on, and she works, I want to say, for the BBC, if I'm not mistaken. You guys, she is an amazing main character. There's so many good side characters. The plot will keep you just thumbing along. You'll just want to know where this is all going to go. The very first pages, it's like the 80s, I want to say, and she's been hit by a car. And she starts to reminisce as she's on the ground about her life. And the person who hit her knows, or the person who comes up to her knows her name. That's all I'm going to say. So good, so page-turning. Kate Atkinson is an amazing writer. I feel like I don't have to say anything about it, really. But I highly recommend this if you're looking for someone who's looking for sort of an elevated mystery. This is it. Kate Atkinson, Transcription. Yeah, so good. So this is sort of my feel-good reading section. I hope you guys get a chance to read some of these. They are amazing. I hope you come back for video 8 in my gift guide. It will be tomorrow. As always, until next time, happy reading. I'll talk to you later. Bye.